what I really wanted to talk to you guys about today was just taking the time when your calendar is so full, um, and your body and your spirit is telling you that it's time to slow down, that you make that accessible for yourself, so that you don't continue to force yourself through the things that you have to get done, but that there's enough flexibility to push something on your list to next week. And I've just been feeling that this week, and choosing in the last 2 days, instead of doing the thing that's on my list and that's scheduled for today, and running around packing too much into my day, where I'm not going to be a good mom, and I'm not going to be able to be present for the people around me, and I'm not going to be able to show up for like the really important things. One of the things on my list is going to consignment. Like, my car is full of boxes that needs to go to consignment, and if I don't do that today, my car, like, it's in my mind, like, my car is full. But if I do that today, I'm not going to be able to engage with the people there and be like a positive presence for them, and also enjoy my daughter in the process. And I'm going to be tearing her out of bed and saying, it's time to go, we gotta go. We're missing our morning routine. We're rushing. We're starting our day rushing, and I don't like that feeling. So I'm learning to be able to scoot something from our day a little bit further. Is there something I can push till next week? Or maybe even next month? Like, what is on my calendar that could get done? And sometimes I put things on my calendar that I know need to get done, but potentially those, like, what needs to get done this week? And what can I scoot until next week? And sometimes things start to pop up in your schedule in your day, and you think, okay, like, that now is more pressing, and that's taken over a slot in your calendar that, you were going to work on switching the wheels on the dolly, but a neighbor needed help moving their couch. I don't know. And so you show up for the things that are right in front of you, and then you have things that you can scoot until next week. Hopefully having margin at some point to catch up on all those little things. So I want to actually show you a little bit of my calendar and what that looks like for me. Last week I was at an appointment, and the receptionist, was asking me, well, what do you do if you have your schedule all planned, and then there's this urgent need that comes up and interrupts your schedule? And so basically my answer to that is, you make room for margin. You make room for things to, I have a plan for my day, and I have main goals for my day, but then I also have margin, and I also have space for things to be rearranged. So I want to show you a little bit what that looks like. Okay, this is my planner, and this is Tools for Wisdom, is the brand that I use, and I love it so much. So one thing it does is it has these daily goals, and then at the bottom it has priority and secondary, which I usually actually do like physical and then electronic goals, which is just like to help my brain keep things separated. So when I'm sitting at my computer, I'm working on these goals, and then these are the things I need to get done like during the day that will take time. So when I am starting out my calendar, like, I have my basic workout every morning. That's the same. And then, my devotions during that time. And then this helps me. This is time with Kennedy. That's like our morning routine, our homeschool, stuff like that. And then we do office hour. So this is stuff that, looks the same on every day. And then from there, I know Mondays we do garbage walk. And then I usually separate by 5:30. That's when Dakota's home. So that kind of breaks up our day and then our evening. So then I can look at what he would be involved in. And then I can start to put these priorities in my day. So in office hour, if I need to do a specific project, that's my time to do general emails and stuff like that. But then if there's a certain application or something I need to do, then I'm looking at that and maybe putting something up here as a note. That's the most important thing I need to get done during office hour. But then also it helps me as I look at my main calendar. I'm okay, I have a chiropractor appointment at 10:30. So I make my schedule at the beginning of the week because it helps me put in my mind what I need to get done each week. So I'll go through and look at, okay, Tuesday, I have that appointment, or this Monday, we're going to Silverwood. Okay, so that's actually going to change this whole Monday plan. Maybe not the whole plan, but then I'll backtrack. Where does it change the plan? Okay, a few things that I thought of as I was editing this is one of the reasons that I do that weekly, writing everything down, is so that how I showed you on the Silverwood plan, that day is going to change. I'm going to need to find somebody to either cover the garbage walk to lead it, or I need to tell people that we're canceling it for that day. So things like that, where I have my regular routine and I have it written out, it's actually very useful to me to have to go back and erase and wire what that thing is that I'm not doing. Or if there's a morning that I'm not going to get office hour, actually erasing that and writing the plan for that day, it helps lock it in my brain that that's a shift, that's a change of our normal routine. So it helps me remember that. But then I'll backtrack. Where does it change the plan? So I'll take these couple things out, or depending on when we're going to leave. Usually on days off, on my husband's days off, I won't do office hours. So I might take that out. But then it helps me also, when I physically do that, then it helps me recognize, oh, okay, Tuesday or, is going to be out of routine, or Wednesday is going to be out of routine. And then it helps me plan for that. And then also, I have a check system. So if I get something completed, then it gets an X. If something was not completed, I put a line through it, and then I immediately go to the next week. And I put, that same exact thing. I still need to take out the recycling or whatever it is. And then if something is halfway done, then I do my half of the X. Okay, an example of the half across would be when I'm doing this editing right now, I'm doing this video, I'm going to write everything, I'm going to upload it to YouTube, and then I'm going to walk away from my computer. So I'm going to put half a line in my post YouTube video thing for the week, but when I come back, tomorrow morning or whenever I come back to my computer and I see that it's fully uploaded, everything's good, I'll go ahead and cross it off to be done. At the beginning of each month, I have this layout for goals. So I love this calendar. It's top priority, high value, and then it breaks it up into personal and work. And so I can write like the main things I want to get done this month, and then I go ahead and put them throughout my calendar in the month where it makes sense. And honestly, I would say probably like not all of this gets done every month, but then I can just continue it into the next month. But it helps me have a good vision for the year about what I need to get done in what months. So in the beginning of the year, I will actually spread out the things that need to get done. Like there's no point in putting, planning for the hunting trip in January. Like I'm going to just start that in August. So that I'm not wasting brain power thinking about it. I know I have it written down somewhere. And then I also love this, spreading this out. Your biggest goal and why, and then your other goals. And then breaking out, like, what are the steps you need to get there? I think that's the most important part. Looking at your big goals, why is it your goal? And then having actionable steps is the most important part to reaching a goal. Okay, to wrap it up, part of having the checklist is, yes, making sure that you get done what you need to each week, all the time. But also, it helps you feel like you're making progress. Helps me feel like I'm making progress. And I think that is a really good part about having the checklist. So another thing that I wanted to note is that sometimes I put things like on Thursday as my like fallback day, things that don't necessarily need to get done. I, in theory, would like to put everything like on the specific day that it needs done. But that does not seem to be how my life works. It's just sometimes I can check off 5 things during office hours, sometimes I can check off 1. And so looking at those like main tasks that need to get done for the week, and then looking at it separately, like overflow tasks. And so I feel like Thursday is kind of my overflow day. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are my like, these are the things that need to get done. And then Thursday is like, what's the most important things that need to get done? And what can I push on to the next week? And there's just more full seasons and more like lenient seasons where it's easier to get everything done. And I'm not always doing that. But then it does give me the flexibility to have that rollover. Where when you are in a season of life being really full, that there's not like an overwhelm or guilt that everything isn't getting done. You see exactly what you're getting done, that you're getting the most important things done, and then you're giving yourself room and vision to get the next things done that you need to. So take the next step. Until next time.